Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mental House with me, your host, Khadija. I try to wait until my emotions were not so raw um, to be able to make this video. I don't want it to be too long because I have to watch my blood pressure, things of that nature. So I try to be real cautious about the things that I let disturb my peace. Okay, and when they do, um, most of the times I try to, pray about them and or come out of myself about what I feel about the situation. Whether it's a woman in a war-torn country in Bosnia, or whether it's a homegrown sister right here in America. I can't separate I try to separate the pain, okay? And that way, that's what works for me. So I ain't saying for nobody else. And personally, I try to listen to it, period. But every once in a while, some of that madness get into your psychic, and it's a bad thing. Um, but what really needs to be addressed, if you call yourself a lover of truth, or when you see hypocrisy, you got to call it out. There's no way in hell you can live with that and be honest with yourself. So for me, when I saw that Alex Jones, Louis Farrakhan, and a few others were dismissed from Facebook, which is a private company, so they got the right to do whatever they want to do. Um, I was disheartened, you know, not just because Alex Jones is crazy or Alex Jones is a hate monger, um, but to spend a man who spent 64 years of his life uplifting my community. And because, you know, hatred and envy is a disease of the heart. It really is. Because I can't see not one person, um, Louis Farrakhan has killed. I don't know any country that Minister Farrakhan has bombed. I didn't know he was responsible for any police force to be dominated by Ku Klux Klan members to kill innocent black people and brown people. I never heard of Louis Farrakhan getting a bunch of uh, brothers from the Nation of Islam to go and attack Caucasian people. So his words are so vicious in the eyes of the enemy, of course, that he should be banned because he says hate. Yet Donald Trump is in the White House spewing all kinds of hatred, and you act like ain't a damn thing you can do about it. When I listen to people and I question them about why they hate Minister Farrakhan, the first thing I try to ask them to stay objective is: have you ever heard an entire speech? Have you ever went to a lecture? Have you ever heard the minister, or have you heard sound bites from the minister that you've taken out of context? Because if you heard it in the whole context, maybe you wouldn't feel that way. Do you realize you're being programmed to have the response that you have? I had a coworker at the time I was working for the city, and I think I told this story before. I had a final call in my truck, and I picked it up from one of the brothers while we were out in the city truck, and of course, while we were working. And I put it in the dashboard while I went into the office for something into the field. And when this person saw the final call, it was almost like they saw a ghost. And The worst part about it is not all Caucasian people feel this way. Black people feel this way, some as well. Some of them try to talk about he's responsible for Malcolm being killed. I mean, I've heard so much craziness, but the fact of the matter is, I do know this: I will never, ever, ever dump on Minister Farrakhan. Mr. Farrakhan, I love the minister, and I love what he's done in the communities in terms of cleaning up the people. Because see, most of the people that judge him wouldn't even be in the community trying to clean somebody up because you ain't even worth it to them. But I've seen the work, not just of Farrakhan. I'm talking about the Nation of Islam in general. He just happens to be the representation, the representative out front. Okay, as a leader, teacher, and guide. I was once a member of the Nation of Islam. Yes, I was brought up in a nation. I told y'all that story. Okay, and in my heart, I'm always going to be a member of the Nation of Islam. But I can eat the meat and throw away the bone of anything. I think that if anybody knew Farrakhan's heart, if anybody heard an entire lecture, I don't understand how they can walk away with the sense of he's a demagogue and not a truth teller, which is like swallowing a big horse pill for most people, because we've been in the untruth for so long that when the truth actually hits us, it's unbelievable. The history of this country, the way things uh, um, have been made to look, the uneducated, the people that don't do research to even see if what he's saying is true. No, I can't do that. I couldn't betray black people that way. And so, for those of y'all who think it's okay for the minister to have been silenced, like I said, who has he killed? Who? And what country has he bombed? And why is the man in the White House, our president, allowed to say blatant racist stuff? There's good people on both sides, and we can't do nothing about it. He's on the airways because he's the president. I believe in free speech, but I realize that Facebook is a private company. Mark Zuckerberg can do what he wants to do. And so I accept that. But you know what? I always said that the 1% of those men that started this country, although they had beautiful words, they were total hypocrites. Because the prerequisite of of people that are emotionally unstable is just that. It's four prerequisites actually. As if I remember, I heard somebody say, um, emotional stability. If you're a healthy nation, you'll have emotional maturity, you'll have empathy, and you'll have integrity. And Minister Farrakhan has all of those. I certainly can't say that about Donald Trump. The the prerequisite of a diseased heart is emotional immaturity, emotional instability, no empathy, and no integrity. Tell me, what kind of scandal have you heard about Minister Farrakhan with whores and things of that nature? You know, 64 years of dedication to the service of people, my people, the people y'all done wrote off or who you've deemed the permanent underclass. Farrakhan has brought a message that has woken up people and made them feel alive and put them on paths to great things. And I cannot let you shit on him without making a response. So that is my response. Long live the minister. Abusers are they parasites? They need a host. And all Farrakhan has ever done is pointed out how there have been this government and governments who have been parasites to the people. And the people, how they've been proverbial hosts to these parasites. Sad. But with that being said, Farrakhan is before the age of social media. So you can't kill his words. His words are so ingrained in the fabric. So long after he's gone, you're going to hear Brother Farrakhan, Louis X, Louis Walcott, whatever you want to call him. His words are ingrained in the American soil. He is the voice of people crying in the wilderness. Yes, he is. And he is the voice of people who are totally unthought about and totally dismissed in terms of society. So I'm very disappointed in that. Very. I'm very disappointed that Alex Jones is kicked off there. Very disappointing because it just smacks right in the face of our free speech mantra, our constitutional right, supposedly. All right, it is what it is. So with that being said, I'm done with it.